We have an ice storm warning in effect through Friday morning. Temperatures falling below freezing this afternoon after hovering there for a while. And rain changing over to freezing rain, accumulating ice due to that. Hazardous travel, even some potential power outages. Freezing overnight. Frigid, really. Upper teens for the low. Mid-20s snow showers Friday. Still in the 20s Saturday. I'm meteorologist Tom Ackerman with your LEX 18 Storm Tracker forecast on Lexington's news, traffic, and weather station. 97.3 FM WVLK.
Right now, light rain and 35 at your official weather station. 97.3 FM WVLK. Also at 590 AM and streaming on smart devices everywhere. Now from the Scheller Automotive Traffic Center, once again, here's MJ.
We've got a non-injury collision outbound Versailles Road at Old Clubhouse Road. Other than that, traffic is moving nicely through the city. I'm MJ, and that's your traffic.
On air, online, and on your device. It's your morning information and a little mischief, too. Jack Patty on Lexington's news, traffic, and weather station. 97.3 FM WVLK.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome into Hashtag Lexington. Second part of our program this morning. It's What's It Worth with Chuck McKee from Bluegrass Auction Appraisal and Realty. You have something you think is of value and you want to know how much it's worth? That's what it's all about. You send us a picture via our text line at 253-5959, and Chuck will come in here and give you his expert opinion. That's just after the news update at 9:30. But in the first half of our program this morning, we have the chief meteorologist from LEX 18, Mr. Bill Meck. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, oh great one. How are you?
You're the man of the hour right now, man, I tell you. Oh, by the way, we're sponsored by Landscapers Corner. Get see their large selection of natural stone at the one and only Landscapers Corner location at 1305 Old Frankfort Pike. I guess, Bill, the two big questions, and there probably are more than that, but the two in the front of my mind are, when is it going to change to ice, and how much ice will we get? So,
well, that pretty much gets us to the end of the book right there.
Yeah.
Heck with reading all the other chapters beforehand. We are looking at a changeover. During the night, it looks like there's been a subtle itty-bitty change.
Oh.
A little, let's not get too excited. Okay. A little later, and we're talking a couple of hours, and right now it's maybe a subtle shift north, 10 miles, maybe on the axis of the heaviest stuff. Not much on either one. So what we're looking at here for Lexington, the changeover now looks to be, we're sitting in the mid-30s right now. The freeze line is Owen County, Shelby County, and then just about to Louisville. So that's where, and it's only creeping southeast. I would expect Lexington to hit freezing probably noonish, maybe 1 o'clock, and then icing. You'll start to see it on the trees and things first. Roads probably aren't until late afternoon. We could sneak the evening rush in before things start icing up, but that's going to be really close.
Okay.
And I think things will deteriorate quickly this evening.
Okay. So a little teeny bit of good news.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, just saw a report in from Georgetown. It's now 33.
Okay. We had someone say that they had 31 in Scott County on their car dashboard thermometer, but I don't know how accurate those things are. But so 33 in Scott
County. Those are little. Let's see. This is from one of my storm trackers up there, Ron. So and his stuff is real good, and you take his data to the bank.
Okay. So that's awfully close. Now, someone already texted us, and by the way, if you have it's okay to take some questions, right? From the
absolutely.
Audience, I thought it'd be okay. If you have a question or comment for Bill Meck, 253-5959 is our phone number. It is also our text line if you want to send us a text, and we already have some for you here before you even got on with us. Oh, somebody said, would you please tell your listeners to turn on their headlights? It's unbelievable how many cars drive around in this weather with no headlights on. I don't understand why that's not a state law. Okay, yeah, good point. This one says, when Bill comes on, can you ask him to explain the difference, and I can't explain it, so I need you, between sleet and freezing rain?
Sure. That one's actually pretty easy to do. Now, they are both formed in a similar atmospheric environment where stuff falls out of the cloud as something frozen, snow. It hits a warm layer. It melts in that warm layer. And above our heads right now, temperatures are in the 40s. So it melts in that warm layer. Now, if you've got cold layer then underneath, down to the ground, if it's thick enough, it refreezes. But when it refreezes, it does not turn into a snowflake. It turns into an ice pellet. That's sleet. If the cold layer is thin, like it will be today, and like when we had our ice storm in 03, the cold layer was about 300 feet thick. That was it. It then doesn't have a chance to freeze until it's sitting on something and spreading out there on the surface, and that's freezing rain. Freezing rain falls as rain, and then ices up on everything else.
Okay. Makes sense. Now, the other question that I have for you, and you sort of answered it, but what is the anticipation at this point in terms of volume of ice?
The accumulation we were showing, and we'll continue to have that for Lexington, anywhere from a third of an inch to up to 3/4 of an inch. I'm with what I'm seeing this morning. I think that top end, we can shave that off a little bit. So maybe a third to 2/3 of an inch, with a half inch being our center point. At a half inch of ice, that's when you really start getting into the significant problems. We are looking at obviously the trees and some on the power lines. I really think this one is a lot more on the roads because it's going to get so cold so fast this evening that I think the roads end up being a real issue for us tonight into the morning tomorrow. When we had our big storm in Lexington in 03, it was 3/4 of an inch of ice.
Yeah.
The big storm in 09 that was just to our southwest in Danville, Harrodsburg, and then down toward Bowling Green, that was an inch to an inch and a half of ice.
Wow. Whoa.
So, but at a half inch,
was that
you start getting into power outages. That was 09. Yes, that was 09.
Yeah. Okay, here's another question. A bunch of questions up here. And this is probably, it may be too complicated, but I'll give it to you anyway. You can tell us.
Okay.
What causes the ice to form? Is the precipitation rain and then it freezes, or does it fall as some other precipitation?
It falls as rain. By the time it's hitting you on the head outside or falling on your cars, it is rain. It looks like it's raining, except that the air temperature is below freezing. So and the more below freezing you are, the quicker this process will happen. Water, when it gets below 32 degrees, turns to ice. And so if it's falling into that environment, it doesn't happen instantaneously. But we will see the water on the trees and the power lines, and it starts accreting on there or accumulating on there. And when that happens, that's when you turn it to ice. But again, it falls as rain and then turns to ice over time. And the colder it is, the faster that happens.
You said last night that the only potential saving grace, which you didn't think would happen, is if the temperatures dropped to 33 and didn't go down any further. That's not even in the realm of possibility now, is it?
Yes, no, it still is. It still is there, yeah. And I think that's part of the reason, and I don't think it is the reason why we're going to be a little slower to change over in Lexington, and one of the reasons why we're shaving a little bit off the top end, because I think we stay at and above freezing a little bit longer. So we'll lose some volume of stuff that could have potentially turned to ice. So that is, and what's going to be interesting too is how sharp a gradient we're going to probably end up having. I used the example when I was doing a Facebook Live last night, where Clay's Mill could end up being 32, 33 degrees and a 1/4 inch of ice. Horse Park could end up being 30, 31 degrees and ends up with a half-inch, three-quarter-inch of ice. That was what I was talking about last night. It could be that kind of gradient even across Fayette County. Looking at even some of the modeling this morning, we're still looking at the significant icing in the I-64 corridor, which Lexington, then along the Bluegrass Parkway, but significantly fraction less even by the time you got to Richmond. So that again is the kind of grade. But even for folks going south, I do expect to see at least a quarter-inch of ice. Richmond, pretty much all the way down to about London, which is still a huge pain, but it's not catastrophic.
Yeah. Well, I'll take that. Someone wrote in on our text line 253-5959. Law in Kentucky is if your wipers are on, so should be your lights on. So. Yeah, so these people that are driving around in this rain with their lights off are breaking the law. Now, this is probably one of your weather trackers here because this guy is real specific. He says currently 35.9 degrees in South Lexington by the Jessamine County line, 5 feet above the ground.
Okay.
So he's obviously climbed a tree this morning.
Oh, no, 5 feet above the ground's at your chest.
Ah, okay, I guess it is. Well, it's your chest.
Well,
it's your chest.
Okay, it's up to your chin.
Yeah, okay, yeah, got it. 32 in Frankfurt. Somebody's saying 32 in Frankfurt. That may be going by your car, but it may be.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Kentucky Mesonet right now. And so this is updated within the last 5 minutes. South Lexington, with the intersection of Manowar and Nicholasville Road, it's dropped actually a full degree in the last hour. Wow. But we're now sitting at 34.6. And you look toward Frankfurt, the Mesonet site there near Frankfurt is at 33.7.
Wow, that's pretty.
By the way, it's kymesonet.org, kymesonet.org. It is a fantastic site.
And who does it? Who sponsors that?
It's based out of Western Kentucky University.
That's pretty cool.
It's a state and federally funded program, but they've got sensors in a significant percentage of Kentucky counties, and that really helps us fill in the blanks.
Bottom line at this point is we could escape a horrible drive home this afternoon, but tomorrow morning, forget about it.
Yeah, and really for the evening drive, I mean, like I said, it's going to be close. And so just keep monitoring. Basically, when you leave today, Jack, it's fine. When Larry Glover leaves, I think we're fine. When Kruger leaves, get a little utsy at that point.
We're all staying downtown tonight anyway. We are.
Party downtown.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but
yeah, we're not going to take a chance on not being able to get here in the morning. I'm going to go ahead here and take a break. Are you good till 9:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to take a break here. And if you have a question or comment for Bill Meck, Chief Meteorologist, LEX 18, that's what he's here for. 253-5959, that is the phone line, and our WVLK text line. Our question of the day, sponsored by United Structural Systems, your experts in foundation repair and waterproofing. They lift you up where others let you down. Find USS at ifixfoundations.com. And the question is, have you taken any concrete steps to prepare for the upcoming ice storm? We hope you have. That's the question. You tell us at WVLKAM.com. You can tune in for the results with Cruiser and Crew this afternoon between 3 and 6. And by the way, I got a text early this morning from Todd who said, the bad news is I just came from Kroger and it's pretty picked over. The good news is the stuff still on the shelf is all real healthy stuff.
You coming to bed, hon?
Yep, honey, I'll be right there. Just got to turn out the light. Ow! 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 Ah! Gah!
Some things never change. Like your kids always leaving tiny toys on the floor for you to step on. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Sweetie, I think I left the downstairs light on.
Please don't make me go.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hi, it's Jack Patty, and I'm here with Bill Gruber, a patient of Dr. Mark Miller's at True Health Solutions.
I literally couldn't hardly do anything. I couldn't walk sometimes 6 feet without hurting, and I had to sit down. I'm thankful for Dr. Miller. I am completely, totally off of my pain meds. Dr. Miller just went through my second labs with me. I have some things that were bad before and now have come into the normal range. I have also lowered my dosage on my insulin. I was taking before 110 units of insulin. Now I'm taking 45. I just can't hardly believe how I feel just being better. And to just go by talking to him, talk to Dr. Miller, and I think that you'll love the things he says and the time he spends with you.
Call 223-2233 for your free consultation and visit TrueHealthSolutionsForYou.com. According to Kentucky law, you can rescind within 72 hours any payment for services.
Are you ready to buy your own home or refinance your existing home? Let Community Trust Bank take away some of the stress. Whether it's putting you in your dream home or updating your current home, our home loan sale will help make it easy. We are currently offering $500 off closing costs. Come in and see us today.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender subject to credit and underwriting approvals. Applies only to loans with application dates of June 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Does not apply to home equity products.
AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in America. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits, insightful takes on today's news, and a magazine full of uncensored content that you won't find anywhere else. But most importantly, AMAC is working tirelessly to preserve the freedom enshrined in and secured by our Constitution. AMAC has quickly become one of the most impactful organizations in America because more than just talk, AMAC gets things done. AMAC is pushing back against the efforts to defund our police, weaken our borders, indoctrinate and corrupt our youth, and replace your freedom with government control. But they need your help. There is strength in numbers. You are not alone. Stand in solidarity with over 2 million patriots by joining AMAC today at amac.us. That's amac.us. Join AMAC today at amac.us.
And we're back. Well, tax season's here, folks, and you know...
Hi there.
Whoa, where'd you come from?
April here to tell you about the tax filing software from TaxAct.
Seriously, were you, hiding behind my desk?
Seriously, TaxAct makes it easy to get your maximum refund.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Switch to TaxAct today, and you can start for free.
Or, as we say in Radioland...
Subtle. TaxAct. File for less and get more.
See taxact.com for details.
In the mountains, everything is elevated, including the charm. And come winter, you can experience it in the warmth of uncrowded small towns. Welcome to West Virginia. It's almost heaven. The Hatfield-McCoy region is a heavenly winter escape, with over 1,000 miles of off-road trails, cozy lodging accommodations, and culinary experiences that are well worth the trip. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive letting you choose coverage options based on your budget. Unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
We give it to you straight.
It's the best thing to do is just stay off of it and stay out of it.
The latest news is coming up on Lexington's news, traffic, and weather station. 97.3 FM WVLK. Also available on 590 AM and smart devices everywhere.
Yeah, Bill Meck's with us. Bill, this is really the easy morning as far as you and I are concerned. I think tomorrow morning is going to be a bear. Depending on what happens today, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, and it's with what we've got going for us today is temperatures are hovering around freezing. And we've got, even though it's cloudy, there's still solar energy passing through, so the roads can try and maintain temperatures that are above freezing. You gotta remember the raindrops that are falling right now are coming through some pretty warm air. So the raindrops themselves are warm. That keeps the temperature hovering at and above freezing. And even when that water drop is trying to freeze. It actually gives off heat. And so you really, until the thermometer gets into the 30, 31 range, we'll be okay. So again, that looks like it's been delayed an hour or two before that transition happens, which again will be later on this afternoon. I think overnight tonight, when we're getting the period of freezing rain and then maybe putting a little snow on top of it, then I think tomorrow morning's commute is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
if there is one.
This is a really, really good question that I'm glad somebody asked, because I don't. Again, I need to find this out for my own personal information. Do you go ahead and salt your sidewalks while it's wet, or do you wait for it to freeze, or does it matter?
Well, as long as it's raining, I think a lot of that salt washes off.
Okay.
And so
that's
when
what they say in the city. I know the city doesn't want to be out there dumping salt, when it's just raining, for that very reason. So maybe the same rules apply to the sidewalk, I guess.
And even freezing rain, if we're in this evening when it's freezing rain, it's still going to be tough to put salt down because, again, it has a chance to wash away beforehand. It's not a good situation any way you look at it.
Yeah. Well, I know you're going to be on top of that situation, and we'll be following you on TV and hopefully get you back in here tomorrow morning and do this again. We've got about 2.5 minutes left, and I'd like to just give it to you, and you tell us what we need to know.
What you need to know is that through the day today, most of the day, it's just rain. It's a cold rain. Cold rain is our friend still at this point. So as long as we stay at and above 32, we're fine. But temperatures will be dropping later this afternoon. You folks, Frankfort, Cynthiana, Georgetown, you're going to see it first. You could be as soon as late morning beginning to see ice on the trees. We'll watch that then transition to the roads maybe starting to get affected as we get you into the middle latter part of the afternoon north of 64. For Lexington, I think it's right around the evening commute where we'll start to see roads maybe getting impacted, especially the secondary roads first. Hopefully the main roads will remain warm enough that we won't have problems for the evening commute. Overnight tonight, things should deteriorate quickly, and I do expect to see, again, half-inch-ish of ice total in Lexington. Maybe we have that range from 1/3 to 2/3 of an inch. Once you get to the south, it'll be freezing rain then toward middle latter part of the evening once you get south of Richmond, and I-75 all the way down, probably not till after midnight. If you're headed north or west today, you're not really. You're running into snow and ice, and will do so pretty quickly once you get to northern Kentucky and Louisville. So again, driving those directions today, even at this point, is not going to be really good at this point. So again, most of the day today is just cold rain. We begin the transition late this afternoon.
All right, Elmo's needs to drive to Roanoke. Any idea what that drive would be like in that direction?
If he's leaving now, fine.
Yeah.
If taking 460 or if we're going I-64 and then the interstate route. Right now, temperatures are in the mid-40s when you get over toward Ashland.
Okay.
So fine going that way now. If you wait till this afternoon, I wouldn't do it.
Another one that says part of Pinnacle neighborhood has been without power since 4:30. KU said
not related.
Not related. KU said it was damaged somehow, and repair is in progress. So if you're over there, we're sorry about your luck, but that isn't even related to this thing. Hey, as always, Bill, it's great to have you on with us. We very much appreciate you. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you tomorrow, maybe.
Sounds good, Jack. Love to do it.
Thank you, sir. And the next question at hand is, what's it worth? That's right. Chuck McKee, Bluegrass Auction Appraisal and Realty, is next.